This is a fallout shelter equipped with food, water, and medical supplies to feed and protect an area in the event of a nuclear attack. However, the executive director of the U.S. Civil Defense Council, J. Herbert Simpson, says the country is vastly underprepared for a nuclear holocaust.
I'm extremely worried about the federal government's part of civilian population being protected.
The Soviet Union spends approximately $6 per person on civil defense compared to only 50 cents per capita spent in the United States, and Simpson says that could be disastrous.
Well, at this time, something like 60 to 70% probably Americans would probably die in a nuclear attack. The Russians say only 10% with their civil defense plans would die.
To compound the problem, many cities have thrown away their food rations because they were manufactured in the 60s. But in spite of the fact that the food is old, it's still edible because the rations have been stored in airtight containers. Although the government seems to have a lack of concern regarding civil defense, the general public has been calling civil defense centers around the country recently to find out how to survive an attack.
It reminds me a lot of the Cuban crisis, when we couldn't hire enough people to answer telephones and do enough for the public because they were afraid that we were headed for World War III at that time.
The Civil Defense Council says it's worried about the possibility of a nuclear holocaust and says unless the federal government starts to share that concern, a nuclear attack could be even more devastating than anyone could possibly imagine. Mike Deason, Area 10 Eyewitness News, Portsmouth.